Alright, you guys. We did the easiest part of this chapter with perimeters and area. And before we get into some volume and surface area, I would like to go through some definitions. Perimeter is the distance around a polygon. Polygons are simple, closed figures. So if I had that, it wouldn't be considered a polygon because it has that open space, so it's not closed. And if I have this figure right here, it is closed, but where it crosses itself, it's not simple. Then radius is distance from center to the circle of a circle. Diameter is considered the longest chord of a circle, and I'll explain what that means in just a minute. If you look at these two circles, they're round. This chord is the diameter. It means it goes from circle to circle through the center. So if the diameter is the whole distance from one side of the circle to the other side of the circle, then radius is half of that because it only goes from the center to the circle. So if this diameter from all the way across is 2 meters, then your radius is half of that, so it's 1 meter. And then with this circle, and it doesn't matter where you draw your radius, all of these distances are exactly the same. So if this diameter all the way across is 4 meters, your radius is 2 meters. A polyhedron is a three-dimensional polygon. Now there are some other really big, long, ugly definitions of a polyhedron, but this is the easiest definition. It's a three-dimensional polygon. And if you remember your formula list from chapter 8.2 and 8.3 part 1, okay, rectangular box or just box, a cube, a cylinder, a sphere, and a pyramid or square pyramid. These are three-dimensional polygons or polyhedrons. Surface area is the sum of all of the outside areas. Like this cylinder, it has a top that's the shape of a circle, and guess what? The bottom of this thing is also a circle. Okay? And then the side would be one long rectangle. So let's go back to our formulas. The volume of a cylinder is pi times radius times height. So let's go ahead and do that. The volume is, hang on just a minute. We know our height is 8 feet. Our diameter is 10 feet. So what is our radius? Well, if you said 5 feet, you are correct. And then for pi, we're going to use 3.14 because that's just the easiest one to use. So we get 3.14 times 5 times 5 and times 8. And when we use Good Buddy Calculator, we find that our volume is 628, and because it's three-dimensional, cube or cubic feet. Then surface area, that is absolutely ugly, and I'm sorry, but we just have to use it. So 2 times pi times radius times height plus 2 times pi times radius times radius. And so we use 2 times, and even though it's an ugly formula, all I do is I use it, just like I said in the last video. So 2 times pi times our radius, which is 5, times our height, which is 8, plus 2 times 3.14 times radius times radius. And when we throw that into, well, it's not approximately, basically. When we throw this into the calculator, we get 408.2. And again, area is square feet. And about the approximate, it really is an approximate value, because anytime you put anything in place of pi, just like we learned in an earlier chapter, whenever we use anything in place of pi, we have used an approximation. So 408.2 is our approximate value for surface area. Have any questions? Just ask.